I believe that passively investing in real estate is the single best way to make enough money to do all the things you want to do, create the life that you want for you and your family. All right, there's three big benefits to investing in real estate. The first is cash flow, the second is appreciation, and the third are tax benefits. Let's dive into those just a little bit. So in terms of cash flow, so these are apartment buildings. They're filled with lots of tenants that have jobs in various industries. So we've got a great diversified revenue stream. So all those people are paying us rents. In the apartment world, the expenses from month to month are pretty predictable. They're pretty much repeat just about every month. So as long as you get the management right, your revenue should exceed your expenses. That creates positive cash flow. That cash flow is paid to you every quarter or every month, depending on how often it's distributed. Now, secondly, we talk about appreciation. We all know real estate goes up over time, but in the apartment world, real estate appreciates over time very deliberately. It's because the cash flow of that asset increases over time. So when we implement our value add business plans on the deals that we buy, they are specifically designed to increase the cash flow of the property and hence the appreciation and the value of that property. So we sell it, we make a great deal of money. And finally, there's tax benefits, right? There's not a lot of investments anymore that have any significant tax benefits. So far, real estate has been able to survive all of the political scrutiny. So the first is when the cash flow is distributed to you. Remember, I said it's going to get distributed to you regularly. You don't pay tax on that initially when it's distributed. Secondly, we're able to take depreciation deductions even while that asset appreciates in value. Now, that's a benefit that most assets don't have. Now, those depreciation deductions usually create tax losses, and depending on your personal situation, those losses are able to flow through to your personal return. It might be able to be offset against other income that you'd have. Finally, if you're not able to have those losses flow through against and offset other income, when we do sell the property, you're going to enjoy capital gains tax rates, which are usually about half of what you would pay if you earned that income normally through a W-2 job. So there's huge tax benefits associated with investing in real estate. Now, there's some other benefits that are kind of a little more abstract. I mean, I really like investing in things that I understand, and apartments are pretty easy to understand. Most of you've had some exposure to it in some way, shape, or form. Secondly, I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel here, right? This is a proven investment thesis that has worked for a very, very long time. So I like the fact that it's something that we can duplicate and everybody understands what it is and how it works. Finally, if you listen to Peter right before me, the presentation right before me, I mean, inflation, he argues is here to stay for a while. This is an excellent hedge against inflation. And we can get into why later on, maybe in the Q&A. And finally, as I have, you can build massive wealth investing in multifamily real estate. No question about that. So now you have a dilemma, right? You can make a ton of money in real estate, but you got to figure out, how are you going to do that? Are you going to do it? Are you going to go buy a duplex, a single family? Are you going to get together with a couple buddies and buy a small apartment community? Or are you going to be a passive real estate investor? So I talk to people about this dilemma that they face almost every single day. So much so that I decided I had to write a book on it and help people get through this. And if you hit the QR code or go to KRI Partners, .com/money show book, you can download that book. It's free. You just have to trade us your email for it. But it takes you through that process of trying to look at your life in an honest way to figure out how real estate would fit in your life and what you should do. Now, I will tell you, excuse me, that most people, after having gone through this analysis, and when they're honest with themselves, they realize that they should really passively invest in real estate. And that's probably why you're watching this presentation here today. Most people realize they really don't have a lot of time to spare. They don't have a family. Their spouse really doesn't want them over at the duplex on the weekends fixing a leaky toilet or what have you. So if you can earn amazing returns as a passive investor, most people determine that is the best way that real estate can fit into their life as a significant investment. For more information about how you can become part of the KRI investor family and start creating massive wealth for yourself, please contact us at 813-489-9666 or visit us at our website at www.kripartners.com.